Welcome to the Coach Cool Down again with Jeff and Alicia. Many of you have asked about our background. So for this last episode of this particular season, we're going to go over that.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys will get to know a little bit more about us.
Our fitness stories, Jeff. Are you ready to talk about yourself?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
if I must.
Would you like me to start, or do you want to start?
I think in this case, Alicia, let's go ahead and go over your fitness background.
My fitness background.
Your fitness background and how you actually got into the industry of actually doing it for a living.
Okay. Well, I played basketball. That's the start. As a child, I played soccer. So I grew up very active. I grew up in a very small town in Missouri, south of St. Louis.
What was the name of the town that you were from?
Yeah, so I am from Perryville, Missouri. Small little town, about 8,000 people. Maybe there's 10,000 people by now. Not sure.
It reminds me of, and I think I've talked to you about this before, but just hearing about your town just reminds me of the little town from the movie It.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know about that.
Killer clown from outer space.
It's not like that. It's not that bad.
I know.
No, it's great. It was a good childhood. But I always had the itch to get out and to leave town and be somewhere near the water.
But with that being said, in your town, was sports and fitness a big thing?
I would not say fitness was a big thing, but sports were a huge thing. It's a small town.
Yeah.
It's a very big soccer town. So that's why that was the first sport I played. So I remember just going to a lot of camps, and my entire childhood, it was like soccer tournaments every weekend.
What age did you start?
Second grade. So I started playing soccer in second grade.
Was it like eight years old?
I'm bad at that. Yeah.
I think like 8, huh?
Somewhere like around there.
You were a child.
Yeah, I was a child.
Yeah.
And that was even like later. There a lot of people starting kindergarten and like little mini where they just play herd ball.
Small, yeah.
You know? But yeah, I played soccer. But my real love was basketball. Mm-hmm. So I didn't start playing basketball till 5th grade. I remember the first basketball camp I went to. I remember picking up a basketball and feeling like, holy shit, this is so natural to me. I could do almost whatever I want. Like I had really good ball handling skills, I will say. That's about all I had. But I could just go in between the legs, behind the back. It was just natural to me. And I'm right-handed, very right hand dominant. But in basketball, I was left hand dominant. When I pick up a basketball, immediately go to the left.
Interesting.
But I would shoot right-handed, so I could do some, cool stuff, I guess, from the left
very
side.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So fast forward to, I guess, high school, really. I was so focused on basketball. Basketball was my thing. I played soccer until my 3rd year, until junior year. And I made the decision to not play my senior year because I didn't want to get hurt and I wanted to focus on basketball. I wanted to go to college to play basketball. I played for a 2-year school. I tore my ACL the very first home game of my college career.
Wow, I had no idea. Okay, tell me, walk me through that experience.
Yeah, so I played at a JUCO, so junior college 2-year school. We had a pretty good team. I was the only freshman to start, and I was point guard. And first home game, my parents are there. The last 6 minutes of the game, I just went up for a left-hand layup, jumped, ACL, tore in half.
It happens, huh?
Yep, no contact. But immediately, if you've ever done something like that, immediately it's bad. You know something just.
How painful was it on a scale of 1 to 10?
It was pretty painful. I like 8, 9, 10.
That's pretty damn good. That's up there.
Only for a couple minutes. I mean, really, like the initial tear.
Yeah, when it tears.
It hurts. Mm-hmm. But then you kind of get up and you're like, in the next couple of weeks, I was walking, but not great.
Yeah.
And I remember asking my coach, because they had scheduled my surgery like the first of the year and it was still December or something. So I was walking around with a torn ACL for weeks. And I remember asking, it was like the last game of the year. I was like, can I just play? And at that point, I was like, I was confident that I could play. I couldn't go laterally, but I'm like, just let me run up and down the court. And they said no, but it put me into a really big depression.
Of course, yeah.
For sure.
So was that depression from the very outset of it? Or did you feel like because after you had your surgery that you just had to sit there and you couldn't do jack shit?
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that feeling.
I actually it was really unfortunate the way it happened. In the NJCAA, which is like the junior college national whatever, the rules are in 6 games or less, you can redshirt and you can save that year of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 6th or 7th game, or like it was like the 6.5, like it was the 6th game or something crazy. Like I missed the red shirt by 1 game.
Oh.
So I missed my entire freshman year. I played 6 games, but they were like practice games.
Okay.
But they still counted towards eligibility. And I got screwed. And then the next year, that what would have been my sophomore year if I would have redshirted, that team went to nationals.
Oh.
So just like a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah.
But the depression came from I was just mad and upset. I was 18. I was 18 years old and 19 years old. And I was like, I can't play basketball. Like, this is what I've been dreaming about for years. And it sucked. I had to go to practice every single day and sit on the sidelines and fill up water bottles. And that's not what I went to college for. And I was having a good time. I was starting, and so that really sucked. So I did terrible in school. I did terrible in physical therapy. I was just not a good human being that first year.
You did terrible in physical therapy in what sense?
I was the worst PT student you could imagine.
You're pissed off,
yep.
Right?
I was pissed.
You gave your PT a hard time, you think?
Yeah. Until we developed a good relationship to where I could give him shit and he could give me shit back. But I did nothing he asked me to do.
Okay.
I could have had such a better recovery if I would have just did what they asked.
Yeah.
I did nothing. I was just mad. I actually ended up having to get a second surgery.
Oh, really?
Because my leg wouldn't, it was still stuck at this angle.
Okay.
So it wouldn't fully extend.
I actually never noticed your scar.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a pretty big one.
Yeah.
Because I got multiple clients that have had ACL surgeries, but they haven't had a scar as big as that one.
This is 2009, baby. Or 2010.
Did they have to pull muscle out from anywhere else in your
I think
quad?
Hamstring.
Hamstring, okay.
Or quad, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was a rough time. I actually wanted to go to school for PT, and then I went through that entire year of PT, and I said, fuck that.
Really?
It's the worst year of my life.
Okay, so
PT as in physical therapy.
So but when you decided that you didn't want to do it anymore, when did it stem from? Did it stem from your resentment towards the fact that you were in the predicament that you were in, or the fact that you've seen what they do and you're like, I don't want to have to go through that and deal with another client that's maybe as pissed off as I am about not being an athlete anymore?
Yeah, it was solely, it wasn't what they have to go through every day. Like, I was still interested in that. I had such a bad negative outlook on that place and that time in my life that I never wanted to step foot into a place like that again. So it was more just me being pissy and mad at the world and immature. And
I mean, it's shit on your dreams.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's shit on what you actually wanted to do, so that's valid.
Yep, a little bit. Yeah. The end of the story at this college, it was fine. I got a scholarship somewhere else. It was fine. But I only got to play 1 year, I didn't, when I came back, you're not the same player. I lost a lot of quad muscle here.
Well, look at your quads now. Look at that fucking thing sticking out.
Right, but it's not as big as this one.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. I can never get it back.
It's okay. My calves don't grow.
So now you know,
yeah,
right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so then I went to school in Springfield, and I was on the basketball team there, and I didn't play a ton. It's a bigger school, but I didn't play a ton. But that's when I got into the weight room. So like we lifted and stuff at junior college, but not a ton. When I got to the second school, I didn't play a lot, and I wanted to come back my senior year stronger than everyone on the team, because I was like, at least I'll look the part. I'll sit on the bench and look good, right? And I did. I came back like stronger than pound for pound. Anyway, I'm still the shortest kid on the team. But yeah, I remember coming back the next summer, or after that next summer, and like some of the other sports teams were in that weight room. They were like, what Keeker, what did you do this summer? I'm like, I learned how to lift. I spent my entire summer lifting, and I worked at a gym.
Do you have any pictures?
Yeah, I'll show you some.
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was jacked for a minute.
everyone should see it.
Oh God, I have to put them to the world.
If
Yeah, I have somewhere, and I was really into it.
you put your picture from when you're pumping iron from that day, I'll
Mhm.
put my picture from boxing in the newspaper.
Okay. I'll look back in the archives.
Let's look in the archives.
Yeah, so that kind of landed me into I wanted to get a job at the gym so that I could work out. And that's what I did.
Your sole purpose was to work out, so you wanted to get a job just so you could have free membership. Of
Free
the place.
membership.
That's fair.
And yeah, I thought it was cool. So I'm like, sure, I'll work the front desk. I mean, and then some sales manager left. And then next thing you know, I was sales manager. And then some trainer left. And next thing you know, I was a trainer. So my senior year of college, I was personal training people and playing basketball and going to school.
Amazing. But how did that work? Did you feel like they ever conflicted with each other?
Not really, because I only had a few clients. And I mean, I had classes like 2 days a week. My schedule was very, very light.
Did you enjoy that experience, or was it overwhelming?
It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I loved it. I still remember one of my clients, Dan. He was just awesome. I loved him. He was like an older gentleman. He was really into golf, retired. He just wanted to work some rotation stuff. I'm like, I got you. I can do that. I can figure this out. But it was the confidence that people give you early on. Like, you can tell when people when they continue to buy training from you, and I remember he would give me Christmas presents and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and you could tell this is a good thing that we've
You have
got
a
going
bond.
here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can do this, And so that is the reason why I continued to do it throughout school, even though no one else on the basketball team had a job. And I worked there. I worked at the desk. I worked PT. And then after school, I picked up more clients after I graduated, tried to get a real job. Good luck.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good luck. But again, back then I wanted to move. I wanted to move so bad. I was like, oh, let's move to a big city. I always had that in my veins.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of the Midwest.
But why California versus St. Louis?
Well, St. Louis, if you've ever been, is not surrounded by water.
Yeah. You
Water
wanted
was really attractive to me.
Okay.
I loved going to the beach. I love being in warm-ish weather. 75 is good. But yeah, I just always wanted to be somewhere where I could do water sports. I wanted to paddleboard. I wanted to learn how to surf. I wanted to just be able to go to the beach and walk around, be active, be outside. And California was the place for it, I guess. I mean, it just fell into my lap, basically.
California was the first place that you went to after the Midwest, correct?
Yep.
Here in the Bay Area?
Yep.
What was the first city?
San Lorenzo.
Oh, shit. There ain't jack shit up there, dog.
my buddy was I knew him from the racing world, and he told me, I remember he was like, hey, I'm moving to San Francisco. You should come. I'm like, I don't know. And then he was persistent with me, and he was like, oh, really? I'll charge you cheap rent. Come move to the Bay Area with me. I didn't even know what that meant. I had been to San Francisco one time for my 21st. I came to San Francisco.
For your 21st?
Not for the night of my 21st, but my grandparents took me on a trip to San Francisco, me and my cousin, when we both turned 21.
Okay.
And we went to Fisherman's Wharf, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I think we went to Napa.
I was going to ask you your experience. I know what you felt about it, because apparently you're still here.
Yeah, we did all the tourist stuff back
Okay.
then. But now living here, I'm I still like to do that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Even me being born and raised here, I
Yeah.
love going to San Francisco and just having a tourist day.
I love San Francisco.
It's a beautiful city.
It's
Yeah.
the most beautiful.
As
And
many places I've been to around the world, it's just there's San Francisco. San Francisco is very unique.
It's very unique.
Yeah, okay.
Living there is fantastic too. But yeah, so my buddy was like, I'll charge you cheap rent. Come out, look for a job, which is why I had to divert from fitness. And finally I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And my background up until then, I had moved around a couple places, but I was in Lifetime Fitness, Gold's Gym. I worked for a mom and pop gym. I worked on my own. I charged people, cash stuff. And then I settled a little bit at an obstacle course gym. So I used to do American Ninja Warrior. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
So I did all kinds of stuff like that. And I worked for a gym that specialized in that. I was there for almost 3 years. And then it kind of got to the point, and I absolutely love that place. I love it with my entire heart. If I could still be working there, I would, but it just didn't work out. And I decided to leave because I felt like it was just me and the owner. And, there's only so far you can go at some places, like he owned the gym and I ran the gym, and we had a fantastic relationship, and we still do. But the fitness business is hard, and there's only so much that you can do and so much that you can make, really. So I moved out here, and then I found my way back into fitness after COVID. And that's kind of my background. That's like the highlights of it,
So at what point did you stop actually training one-on-ones?
Well, in the last couple of years out here, I did one-on-ones out here for probably 3 years. And then I did one-on-ones back home, but it was more small group, but I did one-on-ones. I think that the journey was one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-ones, like 3 different gyms, group fitness, manage the gym, operations, a little bit of one-on-one here and there. And then there was a divert to something else when I moved out here. And then I went back to group fitness after COVID. And then I went one-on-ones. And then I went back to group fitness.
Yeah, so you almost jumbled around in a sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you're in a predicament where you don't even have the time to do one-on-ones.
I don't have the time. I wish I could, but that's why I gave the answer about online.
Yeah.
If I could help as many people as I would do it online some way, somehow. I don't have the bandwidth right now to take on one-on-ones.
Yeah, you're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a major responsibility where we are.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have it any other way right now. So I find joy in speaking to a bigger audience versus a one-on-one. I feel like I can impact more at once, but I also feel like I'm better at it. I feel like I kind of shine in a group setting, and the more, the better. I mean,
you hate them small little classes.
Yeah, small. I like small group training if I'm programming it. But if it's something that I'm going into a studio and I'm teaching, bigger the better for me. So that's me in a nutshell. I mean, sports, one-on-ones, basketball, COVID.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't know a lot of that
Yeah.
prior to us talking tonight. So I was just really locked in. Like, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun to know more about you because you don't share it very often.
I know. I honestly, sometimes I just put the past behind me, really.
Of course, yeah.
And not on purpose. Sometimes like, shit, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot I lived in San Diego for a little bit. Like, I just forget some parts of my life.
How long were you in Dago for?
Is that what they call it?
Dago.
Dago?
Yeah.
Damn. Short-lived. 3 months.
3 months. 3 months, yeah.
Look for a fitness job like crazy down there.
Uh-huh.
Tough. That's why I'm back
in Dago, yeah.
That's why I'm back in the Bay.
Yeah, Dago, Bay Area has more opportunity than Dago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the pay, to be transparent, the pay is shit down there.
The pay is shit in Dago. But it's a cool city.
Yeah, it's great.
It's very nice.
It's great.
Yeah, San Diego is beautiful. It's one of my favorite cities in the entire state of California.
Really?
Yeah, I love San Diego.
Yeah, it was all right.
The Bay Area has more diversity in a sense, just with things to do.
Oh, for sure.
People
in general.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeff? What's your storyline?
Boxing. Boxing was my primary.
Yeah.
You know a lot about this story anyways. I was heavily picked on. Yeah. And I was one of the only Asian kids in the school full of gangbangers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was, for lack of better words, more or less just me having the frustration of having to deal with certain things as being one of the only Asian kids that led me into the boxing world, and many insecurities that put me into that realm But long story short, from that boxing realm brought me interest in fitness. Prior to that, I wasn't good at any other sport.
Mm.
They put me in team sports, and I couldn't catch a ball. I couldn't throw a ball. I could hit a ball though. When we played
Yeah.
baseball, I could fucking whack that thing out the fucking park, right? But when I'm on the outfield and the ball's coming towards me, I'm just like, ugh. I remember one of my practices. I didn't know where the ball was going to go to, and you're supposed to obviously predict that. And I had my glove up, and I'm just like, where the fuck is this thing going to?
Oh no.
I didn't know where to go, and I seen my teammate who was a shortstop try to run and catch it, and he missed it, and then I missed it. It was during practice. I got cut from the team. It's horrible at baseball.
How old were you?
13?
Mm.
14? Yeah.
Mhm. Well, you tried it.
I mean, I tried it. But at that time, I already had an interest in boxing. So by the time I was done with that, my first step into sports was playing boxing. I mean, playing boxing. You don't play boxing.
You don't play.
You do not play boxing. My first entry into sports or anything fitness was boxing after that. And then when I realized that I sucked at anything that was related to team sports.
Mm-hmm.
And boxing gave me a lot of my bases behind it. And I remember at a certain time, I had all my friends working out in the garage, and I was just running them through the same boxing routines that I was going to as far as fitness goes. And from there, again, I enjoyed it. My life went a different direction, and I did a lot of things that probably wouldn't. It would be hard to believe that it landed me into the position that I am today. I got hired with a place where I started at the front desk at first after traveling around the world for a little bit. And this place had offered me to teach a boxing class. And it was my buddy Jake Richardson's boxing class, man. It's my boy Jake. So shout out to Jake. But he gave me the opportunity to hop on a microphone and start teaching group classes. And with group classes, at the same exact time, I started putting up ads on Craigslist because I seen him training people. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what? I asked him, I said, how do you get your clientele? And he said, Craigslist. I'm like, no fucking way.
Crazy.
I was like, did you fucking say Craigslist? I'm like, okay. So I put an ad on Craigslist. And oddly enough, this is a detailed story, but my first client was actually one of his clients that he was nice enough to let me co-train.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a whole industry behind that to where that's kind of a no-no, but he allowed me to do it because I in my heart, I'd like to believe, and he'll hear this probably one day, so he'll correct me on it if it's inaccurate information. But he allowed me to train one of his clients, and I trained her on some days. He trained her on other days. She has her story from episode 1, so go listen to that. And then after that whole ordeal happened, my first client after that had actually came from Craigslist. And he was actually an apartment building owner in Daly City. And he had referred to me multiple different people that he was connected with. He was from China.
Wild.
And everyone he had referred me to was also from China. So in here, in this gym that you guys are looking at right now, if you're on YouTube, I had multiple people from China that were working here as software engineers as my client. And I think I did a good enough job with them that multiples of them recommended me to somebody else, and it ended up snowballing.
Did you do one-on-ones with them, or did you ever do small group in here?
I did. I did a group of couples.
Yeah.
Right? One of them was dating. So like one of my very first experiences as training was just training a couple who was kind of like together, and they broke up.
I've done that. I love that. It's fun.
It was great, but they broke up.
Oh.
And they still wanted to train me, and I have to separate their times, and I have to hear about each other's drama.
More money though.
Huh?
More money though.
Yeah. So I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. And then one of them was funny. I remember her coming in here thriving while her ex-boyfriend, who I used to train also before, was just in his own fucking depresso world. So, but then I trained all these people from China. One of them I still train to this day. She never left.
Wow.
Yeah. She's my longest standing client, man. The girl is phenomenal. She just had her first kid, maybe not even a year ago.
That's amazing.
She's absolutely awesome. Love the girl, man. She's great.
All from Craigslist.
All from Craigslist.
Holy moly.
Yeah. It's funny because I think Craigslist had actually got me more clients that spun off to something bigger in the long run, more than my in-person clientele did. Right? Like just that one person that I got off of Craigslist made it snowball. And then because it just kept on happening, I just kept on putting ads on Craigslist. And the more ads I put up on Craigslist, the more people would hit me up, and then majority of them would stay.
Would you like put a photo of you on Craigslist with like you doing this with
Yeah,
your shirt off and
I
be
did.
like,
I
this
did.
is.
I did.
Can you find in the archives?
Maybe you don't find
Did
photos
you have
of me that
tattoos
often.
then?
Yeah, I had full sleeves, bookmarks, because these are like hood tattoos.
Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to my Craigslist
Yeah,
gym.
and at that point, I was so obsessed with looking a certain type of way. Like
Oh,
I
for
had
sure.
a six pack, you know,
Oh,
like all
yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, it's like I just wanted to be lean and look good, and I used that as my Craigslist ad. Yeah, and then there's like me picking up like a how have like it was at least like a good like 450, 475 on a deadlift, you know,
That's
and I
crazy.
weighed $165.
Mm.
And that was just me with the deadlift before I even did my first powerlifting meet. And I used that as one of my advertisements on Craigslist. And people would bank off of it. I've had a few cool people come off of Craigslist. And again, one of them was
Shout out Craigslist.
shout out Craigslist from back in the day. So that was one of my first entry points into it. The rest of that was group classes. And then at that time, I didn't teach regular group classes. I only taught boxing classes.
Mhm.
And I was very exclusive to either boxing or barbell work.
Mm. Seems about right for you.
Yeah, man. I fully endorse barbell work still to this day. I fully endorse boxing work all to this day. I just have a better idea of how the business runs behind it.
Yeah.
With that being said, the place I was teaching boxing classes at, they had some transitions business wise, so I decided to step away from it, and I worked full time with my one-on-ones for quite a while before I ended up going back into the group fitness world with you. And you being one of my hiring managers.
So basically, one-on-ones, a little bit of group, one-on-ones, back to group, and one-on-ones.
I think it was even in a sense because I felt from that time I remember my one-on-ones very clearly, but I clearly remember my group experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just groups, one-on-ones. But then because I ran the one-on-ones on my own accord, it taught me how to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And I somehow was able to make it a full-time thing to where when some business changes with the gym that I was teaching group classes had happened, and I wasn't really along with it, then I was able to confidently leave and just not have a worry about it because I had so many people just training with me one-on-one.
Yeah.
All day, every day. At that time, I actually took days. Yeah, but at that time, I actually took days off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
do you train on the weekends?
I train every day.
You train people on every day?
Yeah, if somebody wants to train Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna train them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
That's fine with me. Right? I got no.
Okay.
You know, there's nothing else that's holding me back from it. I like doing it.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. But yeah, and that brought me where I'm at today, where now I'm training one-on-ones in multiple different places, and I'm teaching group classes a couple days a week.
Yeah.
Right, and as small as it may seem, at least as far as the amount of times that I am teaching group classes, they make a big part of my week, and I remember everybody in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my fitness background.
That's a fun fitness background.
Yeah.
We're quite the duo.
Yeah, no, for sure. We're from two different places, two different backgrounds, and
Yeah.
just two different personalities. But for some reason, we get along well, and we made a fucking podcast off of
People like our banter.
it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Right. People like our banter, and then like they still haven't heard all the shit that I cut out.
Right. We can make a whole podcast.
We can make a whole podcast off of the shit I cut out because for some reason I just forget that there's like a thing called filter.
There's more coming from you. I feel like one day we'll break into it.
One day we could break into it, but right now, I mean, like if you have any reservation about me and my appearance and the way that I run about shit, then your reservation is probably correct at some point. Yeah, but these days, no. I'm 35 years old. You think I'm going to be sitting over here doing the same thing I was doing when I was 20 years old? It's just not there. I've grown.
No, yeah. You're like a man now.
I would hope so.
I would hope so too.
I would hope so. I would really hope so.
Well, I like you the way you are, you know.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I like you the way you are also.
Do you want to do rapid fire for this? Or
Sure.
I think we should do rapid fire, but I also think we should kind of use this episode to kind of wrap up our whole season and just kind of give people, a thank you for listening. And this little episode to end the entire season. If you want to hear more, tell us what you want to hear, right? People want to know Maybe they want to know more about you, more about me, or maybe they want to know a different topic. And the next season, we're going to start thinking about our season number 2, right?
Yeah.
Our season number 2. But feel free to let us know kind of what you like and what you don't like and what you want to hear more of.
People like the drama.
Oh, yeah. People like the drama. So, well, let's rapid fire.
What's something that you used to do as a coach that you'd never do now?
I would say undersell myself,
Yeah.
you know, go back to that.
When did you feel like a fraud?
In the early days, maybe when, specifically when I got a job at a huge box gym, there was 45 other trainers on staff.
Jesus Christ.
45.
They had that many trainers in one building? How big was that?
Massive, like a shopping mall.
Wow.
Yeah, massive.
Wow. Okay, we'll have to have a whole episode
Yeah.
about that. That's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely insane. I've never heard of that in my life.
Cutthroat.
Holy
Sales
I bet
cutthroat.
45 other
45.
trainers in there?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Did you ever copy another coach early on?
Yeah.
Yes.
You should. If
You
you're
have.
not copying, you're not doing something right.
How are you going to learn? What were you insecure about when you started?
I think I was insecure about like just lack of experience. There's so much talk around, oh, you have to have this certification or you have to have a bachelor's in kinesiology. And when I first started, none of that was true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, eventually got a certification, but
No, damn, you need a CSCS for this whole thing.
yeah, you have to have a bachelor's in kinesiology to even apply for CSCS,
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Like,
You do.
I would love to have CSCS,
CSCS
but I
is
didn't
cool.
go to school for fitness.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, do you know how much we have to go through to be able to redo that whole entire thing, do the whole bachelor's for your kinesiology, and then go into CSCS?
Right.
And you know how difficult kinesiology is?
Yeah. you know how
Kinesiology is difficult.
CSCS would be.
They're both difficult,
Yeah.
right? So people that get that are pretty damn smart.
Yeah.
My first powerlifting coach, he had that shit, man. He was cool. What's something you still struggle with now?
Boundaries.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
that's fair.
Boundaries and like not being straightforward up front.
What's a part of your journey that you're low-key embarrassed about?
These are good questions. Not so rapid fire, but they're really good thinkers. I do wish I went to school for more of a human performance, but like, or kinesiology, but it just like wasn't what it is nowadays. I mean, it just wasn't an option where I went to school, like straight up wasn't. But maybe even like, I mean, I can say I played college basketball all I want, but I didn't actually play.
Mm-hmm.
I literally got hurt for 1 year, played 1 year, and then I sat the bench the next 2 years.
You see, because you always said that to me. You said, I've sat on the bench, and you've never told me that there was an actual ACL tear because of it. So in my mind, this whole time, I just assumed I'm just like, because you were so humble about it, I just wasn't good.
Well, I wasn't when and what was at first, but when I got to a bigger school, I wasn't.
You don't know that.
I was second string, third.
But you never know. You could be second string or third string and be able to just break that barrier at some
Yeah.
certain point.
I never got the opportunity.
It's okay because that's the past, and now we're looking at today.
Yeah.
Yeah, flex on them bitches.
Most memorable member or client you've ever coached?
My client that went to prison for murdering somebody.
Done deal. First fitness job.
I was at the front desk of a gym.
Nice. Why did you become a coach? First thought.
They offered me a job after seeing me box.
Yep. Worst day on your fitness journey?
When I got kissed in the mouth by somebody unsolicited.
Damn. Worst advice you've ever gotten?
That you don't need to track your macros and calories if you want to look a certain type of way.
One thing you'd tell your younger self?
Not everyone's going to be into what you're into.
Biggest mistake you've made as a coach?
Trying to make everybody into what I'm into.
Most proud coaching moment?
Yeah, I've had too many, but I would say as of recently, seeing one of our girls do her first chin up.
Yeah, I love that. Most awkward member interaction?
Getting kissed in the mouth.
Yeah, that's like answer for all of them. That's all I have for you, Jeff. Let's wrap this thing up. So this is our final episode 8 of our first season.
Is it 8?
Yeah, we've got 8 down.
All
This is
right.
number 8 in the books. We want to thank all of our listeners, but we ask you to share us on YouTube, share us on Spotify, subscribe to us on both, comment on our stuff, comment on our Instagram. Help us out because we are trying to grow this platform a little bigger for the next season. So thanks for sticking with us, and we will see you next season.
Have a good one, folks. Yeah. I'll be in Asia.
I'll be in Asia.
I'll be in Asia.